What's going on there, fellow YouTubers? Chris back with you guys with another cool video. The last video I did, it showed something that was really, really awesome, where it's like an abstract kind of thing, where that actually totally popped out on me, but I knew all along that these things were there, meaning they're trying to fool the eye. Like, in other words, they want you to look at the photo in one way and that's it. Well, this one here is kind of a combination of both. Stuff that it's in plain sight and stuff that's actually hidden, which is, you know, well, surprise, surprise, right? Let me show you what we got here. First of all, this is the video, or the photo, I should say. And this one here is from Sol 1110, so 1110. And what I find about this thing, this is what I love, first of all. If you look at the picture, just look at right here in the middle section, right here, okay? If you look, what's funny about it is it's always bright as here, but the things that they're trying to hide is the part that's darkest. Dark on the left. And you say to yourself, okay, why would they do that? Well, again, just so you know, the viewer or whoever's looking at the photo just simply just goes, oh, that's cool, man. Look at those rocks and stuff. Okay, next. And you jump onto the next photo, right? Well, let's have a look at this. And again, this is NASA's photo. You can see it right up here. Mars, JPL, NASA.gov. Okay, we're going to jump into this. And look at this. This is awesome. I'm not going to do a thing to this photo, guys. I don't have to do a squat to it. Check this out. Look at this in the ground, okay? But what's really funny is you've got this edge. Now, it's not crisp, of course, but it's not the point. Check this out. It goes across, 90-degree angle up, 90-degree angle over to the right, and it keeps going over to here. Now, to me, people will say, well, that could be natural geological. I don't believe that's true. And there's a couple other things that really kind of get you thinking once you see this, because one, 90-degree angle, of course, nature can make that. Two, of course, they can make that. Or it can make that, rather. But when you start putting all these pieces together like a puzzle, you start going, okay, clearly this is not natural. There's just no way. So let me jump into that because I want you guys to see this. This is pretty cool. We're going to jump right in. We'll just go ahead and reset that. Usually do it around 110. Now, let me jump into Photoshop and show it to you. And what I did was, this is at 100% here. And what I did was it blew up like 3 times the amount. So we just added some pixels to it. Let's jump back. So this way here, when we do zoom in, it doesn't completely break apart. Okay. All right. And now again, you can see that I haven't done anything to this photo, guys, but look how dark it is on each side. But in the middle, oh, seems to be pretty bright. Huh. Imagine that, right? All right. So let's jump into this side because this is cool. This is just neat. I'll tell you what the couple things that sold me right off the bat. One was this I just showed you right here. Check this out. Right here, you got this here. Now, it's not a complete crisp edge. We can see that. But check this. It goes across. Boom, 90-degree angle. Up, over, and then it goes like this. To me, this might have been another wall. Like, in other words, you got the side here, and then they had another side, and then there's something here they had taken out. Do you see the outline of that, guys? Check this out. Look at this. This weird outline of something just laying there. I don't believe that's natural. Something there was something, well, of course, they guys would never manipulate these photos, obfuscate them. Come on now. Silly me. But here's the other thing. Let me just back off so you can get a general idea what this is. To me, this looks like foundations and ruins, okay? Now, let me show you this because this is cool. When I looked at this here, goes down, goes across. Well, I shouldn't say it goes across, but it goes down, and it kind of like, it's not like a 90-degree angle, it's like a smooth, like a 60-degree, kind of goes like this here, and just kind of curves off to the right, and guess what? Another step down, and you've got this little piece right here, but it steps down, does the same exact thing. Now, does nature do that kind of stuff, guys? That's what's really crazy. Now, let me back out of this just a little bit, and you guys will see this. This is pretty cool. Wow. When I started getting into this photo, the more I got into it, the more I was just like totally blown away. And again, I think this is like a foundation or structures of some sort, parts of a structure. And there's so much more to this photo, guys. Watch this. Check this out. You got this impression in the ground or some kind of shape. But what's funny about it is you got like this flattened area, stuff like that. And it looks like the wall right here of rocks. Now, check this out. Goes like this. Now I'm going to show you this a whole lot better in a second, and then I'm going to go back to this and show you something that's what I do is highlighted anything that's white and it popped out, and you're going to see that. All right, let's brighten it up a little bit. Well, first of all, let me do this. Let me just jump back real quick. Now check this out. Again, to the left, it seems darker, right? Well, check this out. Right here, again, looks like framework of some sort. I'm going to jump right in so you guys can check this out. For anybody who's on the smaller devices. Check this out. You've got this box type thing here. You've got what looks like some kind of weird teardrop item or anomaly. And then it goes like this, and it kind of gets obscured. So I don't know if that was, that was manipulated out to try to, get rid of the lines, if you will. But check this out. Check out at the top here. There's some kind of silvery metallic thing right here with a black top to it. And of course, you guys know, if you get this photo, do not zoom into it. If you have your little magnifiers, that's what you need. You got a jeweler's loop, any of that sort, just put it over the screen about 1/2 inch to 1 inch. Or if you got these, if you got these a lot bigger mags, with the little center mag in it, see it? It's got a little right there. Okay, use that. Don't zoom in, because that's how you break up the picture. And like, this is not even the best quality right now, even though I'm running in 1080p, it's still not the same. Now check this out. Let's move over to the left. And you start seeing these weird little, just white stuff going like this. And here's the crazy part. This is what's awesome. Comes down. Almost looks like it's got a 90-degree angle, goes off to this side. Like an L-shaped type thing. In the ground here. Now, don't think for a minute, guys. I always say this background here is noise. It's noise because they're covering up stuff that's laying here. You could actually see something right. I don't know if you guys... Everybody has to start using their eyes here a little bit better. And what I mean by that is this. And it took me a while to train my eyes to do this. Do you see this white square sitting right here? Well, I should say it's more of a rectangular shape. But it has height to it. Okay? I'm going to zoom in. See that? There's an item that's sitting here that's being obscured or being obfuscated out. They're trying to get rid of that. But whatever it is... It has other things standing, whatever darker features standing out of it. But let me back up slowly, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Now, keep your eye on it, because it'll start to get clearer and clearer, even though it's getting farther away. But guess what? There's more to it than just that. This whole area is covered with structures. And when you see this completely enhanced, you'll just go, okay, I'm starting to see more of a... See how it looks like they want to make it look like a 2D, like a flattened area. But when you see these things, you'll start to see things look like they're higher up than others. In other words, there is levels to these said anomalies. So, okay, let's brighten it up here a little bit. Okay. Now, when you look over here again, we're going to zoom in now. Here's looks like a wall of some sort. But then goes down in kind of a stairway, kind of because it just next step down, but also does the same thing. Like this bottom step, if you will, or wall, actually contours the upper one. So, really weird, man. This is just not simple, just rocks, just random geology. It just doesn't make sense. And even this here, I don't know if you guys see this, but this is coming off, but there's much more to it. This actually continues on, and you'll see that in a minute. Okay, how about this? Actually, this was pretty cool, too. I was looking at this here. See how it's got like this rectangular thing sitting right here, and you can see where it's right there. Oh, my God. The manipulation that's in these photos is ungodly. It's just really, really wild. And I don't know what you guys... Let me just tell you, a little bit of commentary here. This is what I find really amusing. Well, not amusing, but I don't know about you guys, how many times you probably sat there, and when you see these photos, you just go, wow, what was Mars really like? I mean, really, what was it really like? Were they a lot like us? Were they a lot more advanced? I don't believe that they were. Seeing that I've seen the things on here, like I said, again, I'm just looking at this thing as I'm talking. Look at this. Goes across. Let's do this. Got this piece right here, this middle section coming down, and then right here. If your pareidolia was playing it, it looks like a top of a car. Here's a window, and there's a roof to it. Now, I'm not saying that's what it is. I'm just saying. But incidentally, I just noticed something else. I didn't even see this. Look at this. Look at the way this oval shape. This is something sitting right here on the ground. See that? Wow. I didn't even notice that before, guys. Check this out. Middle section, something right there. They kind of just blotched it out, but check this out. Look at this. Sharp corner. Goes over nice and rounded. And see that? Goes across. But whatever this thing is, it's got a frame and body to it, whatever the hell that is. See that? That's cool. I didn't even notice this earlier, but check this out. How do you have rocks and stuff that look like this? There's something there. It looks almost like metallic. It's got that kind of shiny look to it. But anyway, what I was going to say was, like every now and then, people are on my other videos that has, I think one of them was more cars on Mars. And I get these people going, oh, yeah, that sounds legit. Like Mars, anybody on Mars would use a car. Why does that seem far-fetched? I'm just curious because I'm saying to myself, okay, let's go back to the day when we had the stone wheel. Did the people back then think we were going to have covered wagons? You know, obviously they had horses, but had covered wagons and stuff like that. Okay, now let's go a little bit to the future. Did the people that were riding around on covered wagons, pulled by horses, did they ever think we were going to have electric cars? Be messing around with 11 dimensions? Smashing atoms. Did we ever think that in a million years? No. So we're technologically jumping leaps and bounds, and we're still using a rubber tire. Just a round thing on your car that just goes round and round. How simplistic is that? And yet, look at the cars that these things are attached to. They're getting autonomously. I mean, they can literally drive you home. And this is not even in beta form anymore. This is getting to the point where it's like they've got it down pat. Just boom. I just find it real close-minded that people would actually think that way. Now, some people say, oh, they'd be much more advanced. Why? Are we at where Mars was before it had its, cataclysm, or its life-ending, situation? Would basically took all the atmosphere and killed everything on the planet. I don't believe everything's completely dead on there. I think it's actually started to, come back to life. In other words, if everything was organic, was killed off, it has now grown back. I believe there's still life on that planet, and if there isn't, that's fine too. But when you stop and think about this, I don't think that they were too much advanced, much more than us. Let's say in 50 years, more than us, maybe. And now people might go, oh, come on, it's going to be much more than that. I don't know. Look where we are right now and think 50 years ago. Look at the technology we got today compared to 50 years ago. And I'm saying as the public. I'm not saying as, the military or anything of that sort. I'm saying just us alone. It's insane. So when you see stuff like this, I don't close my mind to anything. I'm not saying you should believe everything and go off the deep end. I'm just saying that when you see stuff that looks a lot and has a lot of similarities to what we have, then I don't think it's too far-fetched that they'd have to have some kind of vehicle of some sort. And I don't care if it's a speed racer or one of those, what do you call it, like they used to have on Star Wars, where they used to have these little these cars that just hover, basically the hovercrafts, and land speeders is what they call them. So is it really that far-fetched? I don't think so. Anyway, let's get back with it. I didn't want to take up too much time anyway, but I want to show you guys something I think you'll find is pretty amazing. Let's go back over here real quick again. And again, you can see these pieces here, and of course a lower step, but you can see other things that seem to be like sticking up, but because the quality of the video, or the photo rather, is so crappy because we're zoomed in now to 200%, it's not the best quality, right? So, but how about the stuff that's hidden? I'm going to jump back over to the left real quick, and now we can see that a little bit better right here. Okay, now let's jump into the next level here. Let me go back. Okay. Now, what I started to do is check this out. You'll like this. Right here, there's some kind of noise or something that was been taken out. I don't know if you guys can see all that. Right there. Seems to be like this. I'm just going to back out just a hair bit, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Right here, it happens to be just like right in this particular, area that it seems to be doing this. Now, let me jump back. Hit this again, and you can see it right there. Now that I went over here and darkened it, you can just see it a little bit more now. Now, check this out. You guys are going to like this because this gets more and more bizarre. Check this out. Right here, all in this area, it looks like they have these flat plates on the ground. See that? Well, you can see that, but right there has these, almost like if it was slabs of concrete, if you will. I'm going to back out a little bit, but check this out. It has this weird piece. I don't know, it's got like these appendages sticking out of it, like a disc shape, and it has the surrounding ground is like, it looks like it's been cut and made for that. And it's even got a slice right there, see it? Almost like you got your the seams they put in between cement type thing, where they've got these expansion joints and the concrete on your sidewalks. Well, that's what I'm saying. It looks like there's two halves to this as opposed to just one piece, and you can see that. Right there and right there, it's got the two pieces, and it looks like it's accommodating this round piece with these weird appendages sticking out. But let's keep going. How about this? Right here, goes across. It looks like there's something else right here. See that? Goes over here, goes down. And you're going to see this a lot better because what I did, again, lines, lines, lines. when you start bringing them out with the burn tool, all of a sudden, boom. So what I'll do is I'll usually just go over it real quick, and then I'll go, okay, I see where all the lines are. Then I'll take all of those back off, like the whole brushing over thing. And then what I'll do is I'll do the lines myself. So anything that's been there, what I'll see in one picture, I'll take a photo of it, and then I'll just go ahead and do the lines myself, so you don't just see a black picture. You want to see the lines and how it pops out. Here's another thing. Check this out. Goes like this. You can see this round piece goes like this, almost like it's like oval pool. You know how it's got that oval shape. You can see it right here. It goes like this, up, has a little line there, but anyway, it seems to keep going around, and then it just gets messed up in all of this garbage here. I'm not sure what that is. I think there's a lot of things here, guys, that is just buried. Maybe it's been jumbled up and around and just settled down. But when I'm seeing this right here with this white body of whatever this thing is, with this perfect, look at the way that thing is cut out. Come on. Guys, look at this. This is sweet. And something tells me this black thing is not even in the way. Picture a front window of something that does this. Now, you're looking at the top view, looking at the top of this item. You're looking right over it. And the window does this. Let's say it's a window. I'm not sure if it's a window or whatever, but it's more of a, like this side, this window. I'm going to call it a window for argument's sake, because I don't know what the hell it is, to be honest with you. But you can see this one's here, but the other one's going this way. It's pointed out going that way. This one's going this way. And it has... And this is what we're seeing. Look at that. How perfect is that? And it looks like a roof of some kind, or some kind of pot of something, obviously. And this one here. It almost looks like there's cars laying around, like junk cars. I'm not saying that's what it is. You know, you get these people, oh my God, there he goes again. Which I think is hilarious, because again, very closed-minded, right? Okay, so let's darken this up. I just noticed this thing. Look at this funky piece right here. You see that? Right here. Goes like this. Has this opening. Goes up. Oh, it's a car fender. I love it. But anyway, look at this. Whatever that thing, I mean, that's a rock? You know, a lot of people would just go, oh, they're just rocks, man. That's all they are. But let me just go ahead and start enhancing this, because like I said, I don't want to waste too much time. But I want to be thorough, guys. I want to show you what's up with this stuff. Let me just back out. Now, this is where it gets even cooler. You're going to start to see this piece right here come in, and you can see the lines. Now, watch this. Now I'm starting to bring it down, starting to get more and more details to pop out. Now I'm going to jump in 9 here. Now check this out. See these lines in here? They're there. Watch this. Now this was too fine and too crisp, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to jockey back and forth from this one. Look at the lines that are in here. Look at line, 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 rounded, rounded, boom, rounded. Got that. Now watch this. Pay attention. Any line that's in here. This over here. Boom, boom. Goes across. Watch this. I don't care which one it is. I'm going to jockey back and forth. Just check out the lines in here, guys. They're there. The only difference is I just brought it out darker. That's all I did. And they're there. And that's the idea. To give you the idea what we're looking at here without making the picture so darn dark that you can't make out what it is. But guess what? This stuff is in this photo. Why is it here? Because there's much more to this photo than meets the eye, and I've said this 100 times. Check this out. Now, this is a little bit more defined, and you can see a little bit here. Now, again, I'm not going to make this too long, guys. I'll just bounce back over here a little bit. Okay. And you get this here. Now, let me back out. Now, what I did was I went back to the original right here. And what I started to do is instead of going through all the trouble of brightening it up, what I did was I used my dodge tool, which you can see right here on the left is dodge, right? And you want to go to, on the top of your screen, you want to hit midtones after you hit that. And then after you start going over, what you do is anything, I said this before, anything that's got a white signature to it, once you just start going over it, all of a sudden anything that's lighter will start to pop, right? And so I didn't want to make the whole thing white. So again, I did the whole thing, and then I went over individually. This is what I started getting. So I started brightening up the thing a little bit, and here's your, whoops. You start to see things starting to pop out here a little bit more. There's something right there. I don't know what that is. It's kind of goofy looking thing. But there's your, right here on the ground, those, what looks like some kind of weird plating, if you will, right there. I actually had somebody actually tell me, oh, please stop saying if you will, too. I didn't realize we had so many, like, language police here. But I think that's just, again, it's hilarious. But anyway, you've got this here. And you can see it is on the ground. Whatever these things are, you can see, like, there's sections of them. So I don't know if it's like a just flat concrete or what it may be, but it's there. All right, so then I started getting, let me go see if I went to this one here at the time, because I want to have it all exposed here. Right here. And you can see this now, where it's starting to come out. And guys, just like I said, take a look at the photo. If you do this, see the white, like they just try to like block it up. But this right here, there's something metallic. It looks metallic with a black top to it. And you can see it right there, but don't zoom into it. Bring it to like 50, 60%, or just click on the picture when you get it and have a look. Okay, so let's jump into this more. Now watch this. You can start to see other things in the background. Now I'm going to finish this up by doing this. Watch this. Do you see this thing? It almost looks like this miniature monorail. Now I'm not saying that's what it is, but check this thing out right here. See this right here? Right there. It goes up and over and has this long piece. It has these lines in there. Now this one you can't see too well, but watch this. You can see 1, 2, and just right there, let me zoom in. Right there, it starts going up and then up. Another one, and then you can see how there's like white squares in this. Check this out. So let's back up a little bit, because it's too distorted. Now check this out. My God, there's so much going on in this photo, and in the back, you can just see, look at, it looks like there's levels of different things. You can see like right here, and then there's another one, then there's another one. It's like they're either going like from distance to more closer in, more of the foreground, and you can see what looks like there's different layers of it, or like I said, from a distance and down. I believe this stuff is straight up and down. I believe this stuff is, and it's like one thing behind the other kind of thing going on. Check this out. Right here, check this out, right there. And you start to see the line, and then when I started to bring it out, I said, okay, let me just... And I said, whoa, check this out. This one started popping out. This one, not so much. You can see what's very vague right there. You can just see a little bit of white lines here and there. So to me, it seemed like there's another one underneath it. And that's how I came up with that. But you can see how distorted that is because it was undefined. One, it is in darkness. Two, you can bet they did everything they could to try to block it out. So, yeah, I mean, there you go. But... guys, there's nothing in nature that's going to do all of this stuff together. Like I said, this alone, this right here alone, up, over, these right here, these, I call it a wall because it's what it seems like to me. Next step down, boom, boom. And it looks like, almost like if you had a house right here, that this would be your backyard, and like, you know, like you can have like a fire pit in the backyard, you got like a wall around it and all that. I'm not saying that's what this stuff is. I'm just saying, but it just seems like something you would have like in your yard or something. Or is it just like the top? Maybe they live underground, but yet this is what we're seeing on top. So when they're walking around, they can, you know, see different things and whatever. I don't know, guys. Pure speculation. You know that. That's all it is, and that's all it can be. Check this out. Now you can see right here. I don't know if you guys can see this, but see this mess right here. There's something that goes like this, got like a curvature, but there's a whole bunch of noise right here. See that? And after I took the dodge tool, instead of going around, it seemed like there's multi-levels of whatever this thing is, and check this out. And like I said, I can go back and forth to this. You can see 1, 2, those lines are there. One that's curved around, goes like this, another one down here. This stuff is there. It's there. The only difference is I'm just bringing out either the darker lines or the whiter signature items laying right here on the ground. So, anyway, guys, tell me what you think is going on here. I see structures, man. I see structures, what's left over structures. I see things that are just bizarre. Like I said, and you got, like I said, this here, brighten it up. And I'm seeing things that are just, what? Look at this. I'm sorry, there's just no way this is just simple geological, processes, if you will. Oh, God, did I say that line again? Anyway, just being silly here. But check that out. See the way it's got that, almost looks like it would be some kind of rooftop to a car. And again, I'm not saying that, but it's just my pareidolia playing games. But this, you can see, like, that's nice and crisp. This corner goes around. Then it's nice and smooth. Has this nice radius to it right here. Yeah, and it looks like a bunch of junk in it, like it's been sitting there for years. It looks like this, if it's a window of some sort or vent, the other one looks like, it goes like this, goes off in that direction, this one goes in this direction. I don't know, guys, give me your take on it. What do you think we're seeing here? I mean, to me, like I said, I've sitting there and contemplated many times, Jesus, what was Mars like? I wish I could be there right now to actually see what's really on this planet and what's really going on. This background here, see this? 1, 2, has this line? It's there. 1, 2, 3, almost like piping. But you can see things in the background. See it? Look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Like squares. Different things just hiding. As you can see this right here. See the way that is? This is what I showed you over here last time. Watch this. You can see a white signature underneath this garbage. Keep in mind, this line right here, this line that they drew right here, I'm going to back up again, goes all the way across the picture and then kind of fades out over to here. You know why? Because this side is darker, just like this side is darker. So it looks like you can see where they really went to town on this, but this item, why is it here, but it looks like it goes below that particular line? Why? I think this thing's standing here, right here, and they're not as far away as they want to make you believe it is. I think there's a lot of stuff sitting right here, and you can just see outlines and little smears of the things, but they're there. There's no doubt in my mind they're there. Give you one last look. Then I'm gonna jump out of here, guys, and then I want your take on it, what you think is going on here. Is it just simple geological? Do you think there's much more to that? You guys tell me. Like I said, we'll do just one last sweep over this, and then we'll go back. We'll just jump off this thing. And by the way, I got a, somebody had mentioned to me about a fake, what looked like a faked astronaut image, and, from one of the Apollo missions. And we're going to jump into that too, because a lot of people seeing something that doesn't look right in the photo, but what they didn't see was the rest of it. See, this is what I'm saying. People just concentrate on one little thing and go, oh, and they fly off the handle. But I'm going to analyze it a little bit, and we're going to get into that too. And I still want to try to get into that second part of that, video I did prior to this one. So stay tuned for that as well. But here you go, guys. What do you think is up here? Let me jump over to here real quick. There you go. Jump back over here. Like I said, you could just see this. This is weird, man. Just stuff just sitting there. And clearly, look at this. It's got this weird round thing. I don't know if you've seen this. Even if I did this, you can see like it's got this white top, then another white section, then a white base to it. When you do this, see the way that looks? Is that weird looking or what? Pretty cool stuff, guys, if you ask me. I think it's just cool. And again, you just sit there and contemplate what it was like or what it is like to be there if you could just actually be there in person. So anyway, guys, I'm going to let you go for now. Let me see. Let me jump out of this. But anyway, guys, have yourself a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.